So the number one thing that we hear from our clients, that we hear from fellow program owners, just like myself, is we're always chasing, right? How do I close more sales? So listen, we all have an expertise. That's why we're in this business, either consulting, coaching, writing books, whatever it is you're doing. You all have an expertise that has the power to actually create big, massive change, transformation, results for the people that you want to serve. The frustration that many of us who are experts feel all the time is this inability or lack of ability to actually close more sales. Now, I don't claim to be a sales guru, but I can connect you to lots of people who are. But here's one thing I can tell you, and I want to share this piece right here, is that we've been working on a series for people just like myself who consider themselves experts, who have a unique special gift, skill, talent that they have chosen to bring into the world in the form of a training product. And how do we help you to take that information, right, that knowledge that you have, and turn it into products, services, posts, all kinds of things that are what we call sizzle and sell, which means that more people are willing to look at them and do something with them after. So this is hack number 11, which is close more sales. How can I actually use my training content to close more sales? So if you haven't gotten this guide yet, do me a favor in the comments right now, go ahead, write 12 hacks. And it's myself or someone from the team. We're going to get you this document. It is amazing. We have been recording and hosting all 12 hacks live in my private Facebook group, which is the Training That Transforms group. I'm doing this live across channels, so you might be seeing me in quite a few different places. But this one to me was just so powerful that I wanted to make sure whether you were a part of that community or not, A, you heard about the guide, and B, that you got the most valuable information I can share with you today, which is how do I create even more sales. So let's get started and take a look at what are the 4 things. There's 4 strategies that I want to give you. And again, I'm not a sales expertise, but I have invested a significant amount of money in time and resources and building a team with the right knowledge and skills and working on myself personally so that I can be more visible and comfortable to share my expertise in the world, because that's really what sales begins as. So strategy number 1, tip number 1 is believe more in yourself. That was the first thing that I really needed to do, was believe more in myself and believe more in my product. And how I did that was to actually create training products that drive results. For many of us, we have great information and it's driving awareness, but the little bit of the miss in there is that we're not getting our clients tangible results that they'll go tell other people about. So the first thing that we have to do is actually create training products that drive business results. It's not about the information, it's about the transformation. That's the whole goal of the work that we do. And if you feel like your programs aren't there yet, book a call with me. This is what we do. We do it exceptionally well. Next year, we're going to be launching an entire formula to go with it. But we know that when experts create training programs, whether it's a digital course, a live course, it doesn't matter, right? The vehicle for it, what matters is that it gets people to an end result. It creates a breakthrough. And the more you do that, the more confident you become. So that's the first thing, right? Create programs that create breakthroughs, results, that drive business numbers, that take people on a journey to transformation. That is what sells the most. Because here's what happens is that your clients start selling for you. They become your best referral source, and nothing closes easier than a referred piece of business. When you have to go out and cultivate a relationship from the start and take people through an entire sales process, right? That's a much longer lead frame. It's a much harder sell. So how do you close more sales? Have really good products that get your clients results that they'd be willing to tell other people about. So that's number 1. Number 2, you most likely have your own limiting beliefs that are blocking you from showing yourself more fully and showing your product more fully in the world. Almost every single person that I have come in contact with in my 5-year journey has uncovered blocks, probably multiple ones, And almost everyone that has joined a program that I've run in the past 5 years comes to me with some sort of words around, it feels sleazy. I feel uncomfortable. I don't want to be the salesy person. Susan, I can't sell online. I can't be the person on top of the Lamborghini. These are all clues that you are giving yourself that are a sign that you're not in love with sales. You're not in love with sales. And how do you become better at something? You have to become in love with it. Right? And I had to go through a massive transformation in myself, and the difference between creating things that were truly helpful and bringing people joy, happiness, clarity, whatever it was I was trying to give, and understand that the more I did that for people, right, the more my sales grew. So falling in love with sales means that you're falling in love with yourself, you're falling in love with your product, and you're falling in love with the joy of helping someone to solve a problem that they can't solve on their own. Your people are in pain, they're in distress, and they are searching for you. And the better you get at being the person that can give them the thing that they really, really want and they really, really need, and the more you can think and believe that way, the better you will get at sales. It's always a limiting mindset belief first. So that's number two, right? I invite you to uncover what's getting in the way of you loving sales more. Because if you're going to be in the consultant world, if you're going to be a coach, if you're going to be a CEO, if you're going to run a business unit, if you want to influence other people, right? That's all sales. And sales is about getting in love with what you're doing and helping other people to feel the exact same way. Number three, this is my favorite because it's so, so easy. It's so easy. Be more curious and ask more. So, curiosity is about trying to understand the other person's perspective. So, be more curious. Why doesn't that work for you? How come that happens? What is it that you need, right? Uncover, tease out information regarding what people want, what people need, right? Just be more curious, opens up entire doors, opens up entire systems. And what's really interesting is that when you're curious and you uncover all of this amazing information, and then you simply make an ask to someone, right? Is that something you'd like help with? That's a problem I solve. Is that something you'd like help with? Simple question. Yes or no. They do or they don't, right? If they do, the relationship moves on, right? Down the sales cycle. And if they don't, then they're just a part of your network. Maybe they become a person that just thinks highly of you and is going to tell other people about you. Maybe it means because you've had this connection that they're going to comment or like or share more of your posts, right? Maybe they're going to introduce you to a friend, a relative, a colleague. You never know where the relationships you're creating with people online, in communities, fellow networking partners, things like that. You just never know, right? Every person you meet is not a person you're going to close as a sale, but every person you meet does have the power, right? And you have the power to connect and support one another. And when you start thinking like that, doors open. They open in ways you couldn't even begin to imagine. So be really curious about other people. What are they doing? Why are they doing it? What are they struggling with? How can you help? Right? And if it is something that you solve, make the ask. Make it every single time. That's one of the things within my program that we focus on almost every single month in our Make Money Bootcamp, right? It is the ask that often is just that one domino. And if you can get yourself in a place where you're asking on a regular basis in a lot of different ways, the number of consultation calls, the number of closed sales, all of those things begin to drive for you. So that's number three, be curious and ask. Number four, you need a sales system. This is where you need a proven sales system. I joined the Unstoppable Entrepreneur program and have remained in that program for almost 2 years because I needed to learn sales and marketing from the ground up. I needed that as a business owner. I had been running a business for many, many years, and my products and services were exceptionally good, but I didn't have the knowledge around how to make that whole process work. It's complicated. It's evolving. You need strategies that work online. You need strategies that work one-to-one. You need a team of people, quite frankly, to really put a system in place that creates predictable sales. And predictable sales meaning I know why it didn't close. I know that whether or not it's going to close. I know how long it's going to take to close, right? I know whether or not you're even someone that I can sell to long before I ever get on the phone with you. And all of those things have skyrocketed my confidence and my ability to meet with success, to onboard team members that can help me meet with success, right? And has what single-handedly has contributed to multi-six-figure growth over this past year for me. So you need a system. And I'm going to boil the system down into like what I now know are the four main parts, right? How do you attract people into your ecosystem? How do you get in front of as many people as possible so that new people are coming into your ecosystem every single day? It's number one. Number two, how do you connect with those people, right? So you can do the be curious and ask part, right? These are the people that are showing up to you. Be curious, get to know them, get in conversation with them. Don't start selling them, right? Nobody wants to be sold, but they do love to connect, and they will chat with you, and they will tell you about things that they're working on. And you can go on to have really amazing relationships with people through text messages, through direct messages, voice memos. Like I know so many people around the world that we've never even spoken in person, but we've gotten connected in this crazy digital world in which we live in. From there, who are your people, right? Who are the ones that what you do actually helps them? It's a very small percentage of the people that you meet. As a matter of fact, of all the people, like if you counted up everything, everyone on your social channel, everyone in your email list, everyone in a Facebook group, wherever you're connecting with and meeting with people, if you were to total up that whole population, there's probably less than 25% that are even ideal qualified candidates, right? People that actually might buy from you one day. And the percentage of those that are closed are even smaller. So the thing is, how do you meet those people? And then what's the system in place that so you can stay connected with them long enough until it's time for them to actually close? So I always feel like when that's all said and done, it's like, how does a piece of business ever close? It does feel really complicated and overwhelming. And that's why you need truly an expert that is going to lead you through this process. If you want to be a successful business owner, whether it's in the online space, as a consultant, right, as a product owner, even quite frankly, I work with a lot of leaders within corporations, operations, CEOs, HR folks, training. Like you are salespeople, right? You have to convince people every single freaking day to believe what you believe, to do what you get them to do what you want them to do. That's sales. And every single thing that you learn from a marketing and sales standpoint can only make that stronger. So there you have it. If you want to close more sales, I'm giving you 4 things that I hope end up on your list, your vision planning, your goal setting, your daily tasks for 2022, because this is how you make it happen, right? But believe the most you can believe in your product, right? Have a product that gets results. Secondly, believe even more in yourself. Uncover your limiting beliefs. What is making you feel like sales is sleazy, pushy, any of the other words we come up with them? And how do you clear those things so that you can show up more fully, right? Be curious and make the ask. Be curious and make the ask. There's not even anything else to say with that. And then finally, you need a system. And if you don't have the right knowledge and a system in place, you will be leaving money on the table every single day. Make the investment. Hire the sales guru, right? I can connect you to a bunch of them, and I'm like, the poster child for Unstoppable Entrepreneur Program. I cannot say enough about their ability to help me grow my business online in this virtual crazy world. I am light years away from where I began when I started with them, and it was worth every investment, every penny I made in that investment. So I wish you so, so much luck in 2022. I want you to show up more fully in the world. I want you to feel amazingly confident about your training product and service that you offer. And when you have a system in place, there will be no stopping you. And that is for sure. So have an amazing day. If this helped you in any single way, do me a favor. What was the one thing for you? I love to ask that question. If you only took one thing away from this, what was the one thing from you? Leave me a comment below. I'd love to know what you're working on. And I wish you an amazing 2022.